What's going on, everybody, and welcome back once again to the channel. And in this video I'm going to be doing my Madden 24 game review. I've been playing the game for the last 3 days. The game officially comes out tomorrow, and I'm going to be breaking down my thoughts on it. And without further ado, let's begin. So this video will pertain to many of you who have played past Maddens. If you're kind of someone who hasn't played a lot of Madden, a lot of this stuff in here may not really make much sense to you. But without further ado, let's get into it. So for gameplay is the first category I want to get into, which is just the overall game flow of how games play out and just, the overall feel of it. Look, gameplay in this Madden feels the same as the last, if I'm going to be completely honest. There's been years where, like, from Madden 20 to 21, the gameplay feels the same. 21 to 22, different. 22 to 23, different. But 23 to 24, it's one of those years where gameplay really does not feel that much difference. Now, sure, whenever there's a new game, there's going to be differences, but, man coverage, zone coverage, I still feel it's very similar. What I will say is when you high ball a pass to receivers, it's way more likely they'll drop the ball now, and it's also likely the pass will be inaccurate. So, there's certain little things here and there with it. The blocking is a little bit better in the running game, which is something that I think is good. But if you're looking for a purely, revamped game or just a completely different feel, it's not really, giving that out. If I were to talk, getting into franchise mode, no big time additions, to be honest. Sure, they added some relocation teams where you can move your team overseas, get new uniforms, and that's pretty cool, but it's the kind of thing that it can get old after just doing it a couple of times, because you still can't customize a uniform. You have to choose from the uniforms they have there, which they had that in past Maddens, and they took it out a while back, so it really doesn't make much sense why that still can't be back in the game. They added a lot of new commissioner tools in franchise mode, but still lacking a lot of things that franchise mode could use in terms of commissioner tools and just in terms of the mode in general. They took out face of the franchise mode and replaced it with superstar mode, and superstar mode has 3 different categories. It has an online, head-to-head part of it, and then it has the story mode of it. And the third one is kind of just, your customization of your guy. This mode has actually been pretty fun. It's an upgrade over face of the franchise, and it's an upgrade over the yard. They removed the yard game mode, which is kind of like a street football game mode, kind of, and the online gameplay of it has kind of replaced it with that, and it's just a 3v3 mode. You all take your characters and you play against each other, and I like this more in the yard, because in the yard it was kind of like height, weight, none of that really mattered, and then to add to it, you had all these AI out there. Here it's just user versus user, and height and weight actually matters. So if you make your guy 6'9", he's going to be a little bit slower. If you make your guy shorter, he's going to be faster, but he just may not be as he won't be able to break as many tackles. He could fumble, stuff of that nature, and I find that pretty fun. So I like that game mode. That game mode is pretty cool. Madden Ultimate Team, there's really nothing new there. Same as always, I've never been a big Madden Ultimate Team guy. I don't really like that mode and the nature of that mode, but it's still there, and it's probably it's probably where the most played mode in Madden. But what really pisses me off about this game is you had to pay $20 to $30 more to play the game 3 days earlier, and when I get online Monday night at 8 p.m. when it became available, the servers are crashed. So I'm paying an extra $20-$30 for a game that then isn't going to let me play when it's available, and constantly keeps having these server issues over the last week. Now, I get it, it's a new game, a lot of people are on, it's going to have its issues, but it just seems like Madden, it's something that always happens. It's a year-long thing that goes on in past years, and there's no reason to believe it won't continue. And to add to it, it's like, I just paid $20 or $30 to play this game earlier, and you're doing this. I'm still getting kicked out of online games for no apparent reason when it's not my internet. It's not that I'm not signed into EA, and it's just really frustrating. I was really looking forward to this Madden, but the truth is here, it's like every year it's something new with Madden. This year this is a make or break year, and that wasn't put out by EA, but I'm sure it really was put out by EA that this was a make or break year. Make people think, oh, the game is really going to change this year because people's jobs are on the line. It's a load of BS. Madden is still going to be Madden next year. EA is not going to lose crap. Last year, this is going to be the most polished version of the game in honor of John Madden, who passed away. And, that was one of the most glitchy, bug-filled games ever. It was a complete joke, and it was sad that they had to advertise John Madden's death to make the game seem like it was going to be the most polished it's been in years, because it wasn't. It wasn't. Madden before that, Madden 22, Madden 21, Madden 20, it's always some new selling point that is just a load of BS to make it seem like this is the year. I'm really sick and tired of EA and this stuff. I mean, look, I'm someone who is going to buy Madden regardless, and I enjoy playing Madden. I do. So me saying this doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it, but I can criticize it and still enjoy it. And the truth of the matter is that this is the only football game out, the only real football game out. I understand Maximum Football is coming out within the next couple of months. We'll see how that goes. That's an indie sports game. Then there's that wild card football game that's coming out in October. I don't know how much that's gonna get traction. I mean, that seems like a more of a exaggerated kid version for people. And then the NCAA game is coming out this next summer, but that is going to be by EA. The NFL 2K game, I don't know what's going on with that. That's been supposed to come out every August for the last 3 years, and it hasn't. So I really don't know what the future is of football gaming, but the truth is the only real relevant one out right now is the Madden series, and they kind of just continue to disappoint, really, in my opinion, in terms of the overall gameplay and the overall variety of things you can do in the game. Like I said, I'm someone who will continue to play it and I enjoy it, but the truth is that it's the only game out there. And for people who really enjoy the game of football, this is the only game they can enjoy on consoles. So, it is a shame, and I think, yeah, the game is not bad, the game is not terrible, they've added new stuff, but it's really lacking a variety of game modes. The gameplay is still not where it needs to be, and, server crashes. I'm sure there's going to be game-breaking glitches that come, so, we'll see how the rest of this year unfolds. My overall take on this Madden is, if you're someone who loves to play online and loves to compete, you pretty much have to buy the new Madden each year, because that's where everyone's going. That's where all the competition will be. And if you want to play with updated rosters online, live updates and ultimate teams, things of that matter, if that matters to you, then go ahead. If you're an offline player who doesn't care about playing online and you just want updated rosters and to play the CPU and stuff, then you don't really need to buy this new Madden. You really don't. Really, all you need is to just update the rosters on your previous game and keep playing, because you're really not going to get much from playing the computer in Madden 24 than you would in Madden 23. Comment down below if you guys have bought Madden 24 yet, or if you played it, or if you plan to, and what you think of it if you have played it. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time.